Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most controversial plays of the year. A moment that could very well decide the outcome of the game. The Big Ten Championship, and even the college football playoff. We're talking about that Jeremiah Smith touchdown catch, or should I say, no, let's break it down play by play and figure out what really happened. The scene is set. Second quarter. Ohio State is trailing Michigan 6-3. It's a crucial 4th and 5 from the Michigan 35-yard line. Instead of kicking a field goal to tie it up, Ryan Day decides to go for it. A bold call, no doubt. Quarterback Julian Sain takes the snap, drops back, and launches a perfect spiral deep down the right sideline, right into the hands of his star freshman receiver, Jeremiah Smith. Smith catches the ball, tumbles into the end zone, and the Ohio State sideline erupts. Touchdown Buckeyes. They take a 10-6 lead. On the surface, it's a phenomenal play, a game-changing moment. But that's when the controversy begins. As soon as the replay started rolling, you could see the problem. Let's watch it together. Smith makes the initial grab around the 2-yard line. He's got it. But as he's crossing the goal line, you see the ball clearly shift in his hands. He's juggling. He bobbles it as his momentum carries him toward the pylon and out of bounds. The key question is, did he ever regain full control of the football before he stepped out of the end zone? The officials on the field called it a touchdown. They went to the replay booth for a review, and after a long, tense wait, the call on the field was upheld. Touchdown stood. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The experts immediately started weighing in. On the Fox broadcast, rules analyst Mike Pereira, a guy who knows the rulebook inside and out, was adamant. He said it should have been he argued that Smith never established clear possession in the end zone. If a player fumbles the ball through the end zone and out of bounds, it's a touchback, and the defense gets the ball at their own 20-yard line. Pereira believes that's exactly what happened here. The bobble was a fumble, and since he never regained control, inbounds, it should have been Michigan's ball. His broadcast partner, Joel Klatt, who was calling the game, completely agreed with him. He was stunned. The call was upheld. And they weren't the only ones. College football analyst Josh Pate mentioned on his show that he was getting texts from actual college football officials, active refs who were watching the game, and they all said the same thing. It should have been a touch. That's a huge deal. When the people whose job it is to make these calls are telling you the refs on the field got it wrong, you have to pay attention. Let's look at the rule itself. To complete a catch, a player must secure control of the ball, get 2 feet or another body part down, and then perform a football move or maintain control of the ball long enough to do so. In this situation, the debate is all about control. Did Smith have control when he was juggling the ball? The replay makes it look pretty clear that he didn't. You can see the ball moving, rotating, and not secured against his body. He's fighting to regain control as he's falling out of bounds. My take, I'm with Pereira and Klatt on this one. When I watch that replay, I don't see a player who has possession of the football. I see a player who made a great initial play but lost control at the most critical moment. The ball was loose as he crossed the plane of the goal line. For it to be a touchdown, he needs to have possession. He didn't. The ball then goes out of bounds in the end zone. By rule, that's a touch. That means the 7 points should have come off the board. Ohio State turns the ball over on downs, and Michigan gets possession at their own 20-yard line with a 6-3 lead. That is a massive swing in the game. Instead of being down by 4, Michigan would have been up by 3 and had the football. Of course, the officials in this game were making questionable calls all day for both sides. There were some missed holding penalties, some strange pass interference decisions, and just a general lack of consistency. So, in the context of how the game was being called, maybe it's not that shocking that they let this one stand. But a bad call is still a bad call, regardless of what other mistakes were made. And this wasn't just any bad call. This was a potential 10-point swing in the biggest game of the season. It changes everything. It changes momentum, play calling, and the entire feel of the game. Michigan's defense had made a stand, forcing a 4th down, and they should have been rewarded for it. Instead, they're suddenly trailing. It's the kind of call that will be debated for years, especially if the final score is close. Ohio State fans will point to it as a great play by a future superstar. Michigan fans will forever see it as the moment they were robbed. That's the beauty and the frustration of football, right? A game of inches, a game of moments, and a game where a single referee's interpretation can change history. It's a tough pill to swallow for the Wolverines and their fans, and a huge sigh of relief for the Buckeyes. But now I want to know what you think. I've laid out the arguments from the experts and given you my take, but the fans' perspective is what really matters. Watch the replay again. Do you see a touchdown? Did Jeremiah Smith have control? Or should it have been a touchback for Michigan? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's have a real debate about this one. I'm really curious to see where the consensus lies. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the biggest moments in college football. We'll be covering all the fallout from this game and everything else heading into bowl season. See you in the next one.